Good evening. Um, Briefly for this video, I want to speak about um a player, Arsenal player, currently as I speak, who is still under contract, but clearly the club wants him out, and that's Mesut Ozil. Um, you'd always find that there are things that you receive. There are things that you get instantly, where you feel that, wow, you finally got it. This can improve me as a person, or this person is a benefit to me. He can push me forward, but it would end up as that person or asset being your destruction, or that thing could lead to a decline, and that's the case with Mesut Ozil. Right now, as I speak right now, he's currently in a bit of a feud with Arsenal, who basically want to release him. They want to sell him because of his huge contract, and also he's been quite a disappointment as well, for the most part, in terms of the fee that he bought him for at the time in 2013. And so clearly things haven't worked out in recent years, and he's on a huge salary of 350 grand a week, which is huge, which is massive. And clearly, I'm sure it contributed to Ramsey leaving when he wanted a new contract. And right now, Arsenal trying to give Aubameyang a new contract, which is deserved considering how Aubameyang has been one of the main players of the Arsenal team that has carried the club for on the pitch, that is, along with Bernd Leno and Martinez, arguably. But the point is, man, Ozil has just been. He's really turned into a player who is now harming Arsenal, who is not helping with the transitional stage that Arteta is trying to bring in, and Ozil has pretty much accused Arteta of shutting him out. When personally, I suspect that it's more of the higher ups doing that, and it's just, firstly, I think the main blame should be placed at the former executive Ivan Gazidis, who went off to AC Milan. The egghead, as some fans will call him, Arsenal fans, I should say, will call him. He gave Ozil a massive contract in 2018 after Sanchez left. Gave him a massive contract, and right now we're in this position where we're struggling to get him off our wage bill because it's hampering us. There are good players that we could buy that can fit in with the salary that Ozil has if he wasn't there, if he managed to get sold. And so, well, it's really turning chaotic, and right now Mesut Ozil is becoming an agent of chaos. And yes, on his day, Ozil can play well. He can create. He can score. He can, from time to time, score a good goal. And I think the best season he had was in the 2015-2016 season, when he got 19 assists, which is one short of the assist record set by Henry and equaled by KDB. So clearly, no one's denying the talent that Ozil has, that he possesses from his years at Werder Bremen, years at Schalke, years at Real Madrid. We all know what he can do. And when he first came to Arsenal, that's what he showed us, that he could do something. But then, slowly but surely, he's just shown to be a lack of a hard worker. not disciplined enough at times. He hasn't helped Arsenal with bringing the club back on the mountaintop of greatness, of winning major trophies, and so quite frankly, he's become a liability. And now the Arsenal board wants him removed immediately, but clearly he's stating that he wants to stay and honour his contract. He has no intention of leaving before the end of his contract that was given to him by Gazidis. So, and it's quite funny because the fans now hate that Arsenal fans want him gone, but when we signed him in 2013, we were kind of like we were in a buzz of emotion. We were on a high. Like, yes, we got this world class player from Real Madrid. Got this world class player for 42.5 million. He's going to push us forward, make us into title challenges, push us further back in the Champions League. But that hasn't been the case. We also saw the moment last year in the Europa League final where Arsenal got smashed 4-1 by Chelsea. How Ozil slowly walked off the pitch as if he were winning. Slowly walked off the pitch as he was being substituted with no urgency, no care in the world, which was very inconsiderate to the Arsenal team and to the Arsenal fans that travelled to Baku that day last year. And there's been other moments where he's just not turned up in big games, especially many big games. And so, quite frankly, he needs to be cut loose because he's become more of a financial liability now. He's really compromising the club. Gives no effort on the pitch. When it comes to tracking back and defending, hardly gives any effort. And now we're now in a situation where we need to sell players to kind of bring new players in to improve us as a club. But he's getting in the way of that, as he should do, by the way, because as a player, you're meant to be thinking about your own interest first, financial especially, particularly when you're starting a family as well. And I believe he's married and has a daughter or a son, I'm not sure. But I don't necessarily blame him for wanting to fulfill his contract because he's getting paid huge money. But at the same time, from what I'm hearing and from what I'm seeing, I don't get the impression that he's trying to go out there on a training ground and trying to show Arteta or prove to Mikel Arteta that he's worthy of being in the team. That he would give 100% effort if he was put in the team in the starting 11. So it's really a mess. And as of recent times, I mean, Arsenal won their trophy, the FA Cup, which was Mikel Arteta's first managerial trophy. And so surely you would like to hear good news. As Arsenal fans, you like to hear news of optimism in regards to player sales, player movement, buying players, who you're going to buy in, who you're going to sell, who you're going to kind of bring in from the youth setup. You'd like to have more optimistic news, but that's not the case. Now, there have been at times where Ozil has been justified. For instance, during the coronavirus, when it was at its peak, I believe in March or April, every player of the club were asked to cut their wages, but Ozil didn't, and there were good reasons why. Well, as of right now, looking back, in a way, it could be seen as justified by Ozil to not cut his wages because, from what I understand, sources have been saying that he wanted to find out where the money's going to go, and he wasn't satisfied, so he didn't cut his wages. So, I mean, some people will say that's terrible. Other people will say that's understandable. But nevertheless, regardless of that, he's probably been the biggest disappointment in the Premier League in the last 5 to 6 years, because he was meant to be that world class player for Arsenal and carry them up top, but that has not been the case. Yeah, sure, he won 2 FA Cups, but that's not what he was brought for. He was brought to help push Arsenal to challenge for the title, and it's just it's really a mess, and hopefully it'll get sorted out soon, and we'll see what happens. That's what I got to say. Take care and God bless. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. We all thought that he was going to be a shining beacon light when he came to Arsenal, when he was signed by Wenger, but then, especially after when Wenger left, he's certainly shown what a true selfish, ignorant person he can be. And then, of course, we have the issue that he had with the German national team during the World Cup 2018, and of course, his controversial relationship with the president of Turkey. But that's another story. So that's what I have to say. Take care and God bless.